Hello everyone, PFC Balzer here, United States Marine Corps, Vietnam, 1968 to 1969. Proud of my service, as I've said many times. Today I want to talk about the movie Rambo. There was a Rambo that was killed in Vietnam, by the way. The movie portrays Sylvester Stallone as a Vietnam veteran, the troubles and turbulations he went through in life as a veteran, which I think is important, and I commend and thank him for that. Number one, the movie shows the PTSD problems that veterans have that came back. I think that's how life is difficult. I know I had problems with it. I've been in counseling now for 8 or 9 years, and I wouldn't have made it if it wasn't for it. How it felt when your own country turned its back on you. And as a Vietnam veteran, believe me, I know. And let me say this, not everyone, 90% of the people were good people. Veterans were spit upon, harassed when they came home. Never again should that ever happen to a veteran in this country. And I thank the Vietnam veterans for making sure that never happened. And I always bring up about myself, one good thing, I was in a restaurant in 1970 here in Bridgeport in Chicago. By myself, there was a group of other guys sitting there, and one guy comes up to me and he goes, "I heard you just got back from Vietnam." I said, "Yeah, I just got out of the military. What about it?" He goes, "Thank you for your service." That was the first time I ever heard that, and I never, ever forgot it. And many, many more veterans were treated with respect, and it all wasn't bad. It was not all bad. It was a lot of good things. There was no welcome home parade for us when we came back. The first one I went to was 1985, 1986, the Vietnam Veterans Welcome Home Parade here in Chicago. That really, it was one of the largest parades in the country at that time. 250,000 veterans marched in that parade here in Chicago. I'd like to thank Tom Stack. He passed. He was a Vietnam veteran who was the chairman of the parade. Al Lynch, Medal of Honor recipient, and a host of other veterans who were on the parade committee. That is so important that we remember that. It shows how hard, Rambo shows how hard it is to adjust back into civilian life when you come back to the States. It is very, very tough. And I commend Sylvester Stallone for that. I thank him, I commend him, the producers, everyone that put the movie together. Now, was some of it BS? Yeah. Some of it was. I'm not going to stand there and say it was all perfect. It wasn't perfect. But it was a good movie. It shows the rescuing of POWs and MIAs from Vietnam. A lot of people forget that there was a lot of military people unaccounted for. It wasn't just Vietnam. You could go back to Korea, World War II, World War I. Rambo brought that to light in his movies, Sylvester Stallone. So again, I think this is also important. I just want everyone to think and remember the veterans and the military, the people that are serving, the people that have served. Remember our POWs and MIAs from all wars. It is so important that we thank the veterans and the military for what they've done. So that concludes my critique of Rambo. God bless America, Semper Fidelis.